first of all, peat smoked haddock. I'm going to cook that off for a couple of minutes in the oven. We've got a potato cooking off on the cooker. That'll take about 10 to 15 minutes. The rest of the ingredients, we've got spring onions, chopped parsley and chopped chilli, which will go through the fish cake. And then the pea and mint salsa will be the shallots, the peas, a wee bit of stock. Onto the pea and mint salsa we use just frozen peas. A lot of chefs think they need to use the fresh peas, but I always think these are the best, especially for this recipe. Okay, we've got the peas in the pot. We've got some nice hot vegetable stock. Vegetable bouillion's fine. We use our own fresh vegetable stock. Just cover the peas. A handful of shallots, finely diced. Just bring that up to the boil. Okay, just brought that up to the boil, as you can see. Just simmer that for about a minute. We've done that for a minute, and we're just going to put the hand blender in and just break it up a wee bit. Give it that salsa effect. Just at the end we put in the diced mint, and then we puree the peas just so we've still got some nice chunks in. It's important not to over puree it, you just want the chunks of peas through it as well. That's it, pea and mint salsa. As it's cooked the potatoes off, just make sure they're nice and soft, and then strain it into a colander. Make sure it's nice and dry, give it a good shake, and tipping it into a bowl. Mash it up with a hand masher. Take our peat smoked haddock, we're just going to flake it up. Just making sure all the bones are out as well. We place this flaked smoked haddock into the mashed potato. Spring onions. Just finely chopped up. A wee bit of fresh chilli. If you don't have any fresh chilli, even a wee bit of chilli sauce. Just make sure all the fish is broken up into small amounts. Okay, we'll let that cool for about 5 minutes. A bit of chopped parsley for extra flavour and taste. Just mix that in as well. That's you ready to make your fish cakes. Most important when you're making this dish, you've got to make sure it's seasoned. A very simple dish like that, just check it's got enough salt and pepper. And with that being smoked haddock, it's quite salty, so I'm quite happy with that. We're moving on to making the fish cakes now. We're going to flour our hands slightly. That makes it easier, it won't stick on the fish cake itself. So we take it out and we make a patty, a kind of round ball, and then just press down to make your shape. And then use your hands just to press round that till you get a nice round shape. And we'll do that with the rest of the potato mix. Just making sure they're all the same size, so they all cook at the same time. Right, we've moved on to breadcrumbing them now, and if you're happy with your shape, we've got flour, some eggs just beaten up with a fork, and some breadcrumbs, fresh breadcrumbs just put through that with food processing. Okay, so we'll get the flour first of all. Egg wash, just the same, exact same way as you're doing breaded fish. a good idea to get help for this as well, because quite often at the end of it we get hands, big massive hands with flour and breadcrumbs in them. And don't worry too much about losing the shape, you can always get that back once you get into the breadcrumbs, you can shape it again. Just reshaping it again, just making sure the breadcrumbs are coating, and that's it ready for either deep frying or pan frying. We're now going to cook off the fish cakes. You can either deep fry them or pan fry them. Today we're going to pan fry them. So we've got our non-stick pan preferably, makes it a wee bit easier. Get that up to a medium heat. And we've got sunflower oil, just enough to coat the base. Make sure your pan's reasonably hot. Cook them about 5 minutes on one side. Side just turn over. Just brown it on the other side as well. We've got them brown both sides. Place it on a tray and into the oven for about 5 minutes. Okay, that's the fish cakes ready. That's been about 5 minutes, nice and hot. If you're a wee bit unsure whether they're ready or not, just stick in a fork or something and just press it to the bottom of your chin if it's hot. That's it ready. That's the pea mint salsa we made earlier. When we just serve it cold, so you don't need to warm it up again, so that just goes on the base. Spoonful. Nice fish cake on top. We make up a herb oil. You don't need to make this up. We just make up this for the restaurant. It's just herbs, mix them with some olive oil and sunflower oil, and we just put a wee bit of that round, just to give a wee bit more colour. And then just top it with a wee bit of mayonnaise. Maybe a wee bit of herb garnish if we want to go a wee bit over the top. A wee bit of chives. So that's the peat smoked haddock fish cake on pea and mint salsa.